Marsh leaving 80 to
80.
open up a 3-zip lead.
Now that isn't a favourable miss this time round, hitting a 5. Oh, what a finish. It seems to be his way today. He started very well here, Scott Marsh.
86 to get the job done.
I go treble 18 here, probably. Another single 18 will leave him a shot at the ball. He went for another treble for double 7, but it's bullseye for Marsh. And Marsh once again hits the bullseye.
Scott Marsh.
4 from 4 on the double in. A very different Scott Marsh we've seen there in that first game. A wry smile on his face. If you can't smile at those games, Scotty boy, you can't smile at anything. So here comes the stats from the game. And the one big important one, 4 from 4 and 100%. His average at 92.49. More what we expect to see from Scott Marsh. We're going to head into a short break now. And we'll be back with Alex Small taking on Charlie Martin. All right, when you don't want that bounce out of the 25.
Ball for double 16. To win it in style, to win over ton topper. And Alex Small will move on to 6 points in the group. And it means that that race for second place is going to be a tightly contested one on this Friday. Alex Small getting the better of Charlie Martin by 4 legs to 1. The second day in succession that Martin has lost his first game of the day. And this is how. Small averaging 86.34. 4 out of 6 on his doubles, including that 102 to wrap the match up and wrap the win up, which will put him on to 6 and actually temporarily moves him into second place in the table ahead of the meeting between Bradley Brooks and Neil Duff. A win for Brooks, then he will be 6 points clear of second place. However, a victory for Neil Duff means it'll be hauled back in just a couple of points on top.
62.
Neil Duff has had a match start, it's come and it's gone, and Bradley Brooks has had a reprieve. He gets 2 to save it. Tops the target. Double 10 last dart in hand.
30.
But double 10 spurn. He shakes his head. I think from his perspective, there's an expectation that this game is over because Neil Duff has 2 in his hand at double 8 to get the job done.
Yeah, good composure there from Duff. Finishes the job off. It's not often you see him get an opportunity and waste it. It's a big part of his play, Neil Duff. He takes his opening match here in Group C on day 2. Bradley Brooks indicates he was shaking a little bit there, maybe. But the average is not where either lads would want to be. A good 90 average, though, for Neil Duff. Good steady game. That's why he won it. Difficult to beat 4 from 7. We head off into a short break. You pop and put the kettle on, but do come back and join us because we've got Charlie Martin then taking on Scott Marsh. Confused himself a little there and ended up delaying to throw that last dart, which didn't help him. Double top for the match, and what a finish from Charlie Martin. What a different game that was from his first one today. He takes the win 4-0 over Scott Marsh, and Scott Marsh says, well done, mate. He realises he played a nice game there, Charlie Martin. 91.09 on the averages, 3 140s along the way, 4 from 10, so 40% doubles on his checkout. Lovely stuff from him. A 107 with his highest checkout. He gets his points on the board for the first time today, does Charlie Martin. Scott Marsh left to lick his wounds, and he's got more games coming up. We head into a short break, and we will be back with Niels van Zanten taking on Neil Duff.
However, Duff has taken the darts and looking to move into a 2-1 lead. And that 140 leads himself on a 2-darter after 9. Potential 11-darter incoming here. Van Zanten needs himself on a finish 2, but Duff looking at double 12. For an 11-darter, the break of throw, and he's in full control of this match. Duff can't believe it. He's had 6 darts to win this game. And now he has to hope Van Zanten cannot find double 9, and he doesn't find double 9.
28. Neil, you require 25.
25 in this situation is still a fair ask. Double 8 for Duff. And a 4-3 win. And he takes it nicely. He'd given a second opportunity. Niels Van Zanden, not a happy bunny there at all. Shakes his head as he walks away. Worked hard to get himself darts at it. Fluffed his lines there at the end, but no such problem for Duff. 87.42 is the average. He won't be worried about that. It's the 4 on his side of the scoreboard and the 3 to Van Zanden. We head into a short break. I'll let you take all that in. And when we return, we will have Alex Small taking on Bradley Brooks.
Speaking of Bradley Brooks in this match.
130.
Well, Bradley with a maximum which may well be of just defiance, because this is for the match. Tops to win it, and Alex Small gets over the line by 4 legs to 2. A superb performance to get the better with Bradley Brooks. Doing so with an average of over 89. Still not overly pleased with the way that he played in that match, but he'll be happy enough with the 2 points. But Bradley Brooks will be precariously lurking over his shoulders somewhat, because after the end of the second round of fixtures, it is Neil Duff that leads the way. Brooks in second, Small and Martin on 8, and we're going to watch Neil Duff in action against Charlie Martin after the break. Has missed darts to win 4-2. But is he going to be taken to the brink? No.
12.
Duff gets another chance.
We require 12.
This time on double 6. 12 points away from 12 points. And Duff is on a dozen. He moves to the summit of Group C. He gets a better of Charlie Martin by 4 legs to 2. A shake of the head for the man from Hersham as he departs the stage. A defeat for him which could be catastrophic. Both players missing a plethora of doubles in that match, and that's why the averages are the way that they are. Duff will be happy enough for the 4-2 win, even if the performance saw him shake his head at times. He moves to the top of the table. He moves to 12 points. And if Alex Small can beat Scott Marsh after the break, he will move into the top 2 positions temporarily ahead of Brooks' game against Van Zanten in match number 9.
Nicely done indeed.
Average in excess of 105, 50% on his doubles. It's been a superb performance from Alex Small, and he's about to
28. Alec, you require
close the curtain on what has been a tremendous display. If he can find double 10, of course he can find double 10. And it is a 4-0 win for Alex Small, an average of 103.66. Finishing off with a 14-darter. Well, everything that you would have wanted in the performance, you pretty much got for Alex Small. He went 7 deep into the 9. And that, well, how he beat Scott Marsh by 4 legs to 0. He did so in 7 minutes. Coming up after the break, it is a big game for Bradley Brooks against Niels Van Zanten.
Frustrating indeed. Oh, yes. What a way to win a game this would be. Oh, yes.
126.
I think we can see on Bradley's face he'd like to have been a bit closer than that.
Oh, Van Zanten's going to get 2 at double 8. Great guy. Can he nestle it in off the barrel? He crashes it the other side. And so Bradley Brooks to get his first win of the day to move him on to 12 points. Looking at 44. Looking at tops for the match. Van Zanten shakes his head. And he may be forced to shake the hand of Bradley Brooks. Double 10 is found to the top corner. And eventually, Bam Bam is on the board on Friday. He gets the better of Niels Van Zanten by 4 legs to 2. Frustrated, relieved, probably all of those emotions there for Bradley Brooks. A good performance, average of 92.87. 4 from 8 when it came to the finishing. He beats Niels by 4 legs to 2. That completes the third round of matches. Coming up next, it's Scott Marsh up against Neil Duff.
Once or twice. How are you doing, Simon?
To be fair, I usually get called Will, so I'll take that as a bonus. Something about a briefcase. Anyway, Neil looking to win the game with a 121 checkout. Triple 20 leaves double 18. Double 18 for the match. And that would have been some way to have crossed the finishing line.
$100. Now you require 30.
So here we go then. Duff on 36 to take the match. He does it in one dart. He would have come here with a game plan this morning, Neil Duff, in a way of how he could top the table. And it was all about those early games. Wins 2 games against the dart early doors. Puts himself in that position. It's a very tidy 4-2 win indeed against Scott Marsh, who did put up a battle there with his 91.16. But Duff held his throw nicely on all of his legs, and that means his 95.393 average was very difficult to beat. Check out stats once again. Have a look at those. 57.14%. 4 out of 7. Makes you very difficult to beat. Duff now tops the table by 2 points. We head off into a short break, and when we return, we will have Charlie Martin.
Magpieing. Martin couldn't really do much with his last dart to leave himself on a bogey. Brooks looking at tops. 14 darter. And this game goes the distance. And this is a leg of seismic importance. It's 85 points away from banishing Bradley Brooks. And it would then be advantage Alex Small in this race for qualification. And he's going
45.
to leave himself on top to win this match.
Yeah, he's gone 100, 100, 76, 140. Tidied it
95.
up. 16 dart leg incoming.
40.
Tops of the match, tops of the win. Brooks bites his flights and Martin picks up the points. He gets the better of Bradley Brooks by 4 legs to 3. And suddenly it is advantage Alex Small in this race for second position. Martin beats Brooks 4-3. And that is how he did so. And so Alex Small takes on Niels van Zanten after this short break. And if Alec wins, he moves on to 12 points. And Bradley Brooks will then be hopeful of favours in the final round of fixtures. This would hurt. And Niels, apart from when he missed those match starts against Duff, has been fairly good when he's been given an opportunity. 18 leaves double 18. His favourite double. He knows how pivotal this dart is. And he'll know how pivotal a hit that is. Van Zanten gets the 114 to break the throw after Alex Small had missed 2 darts and a double himself. Van Zanten breaks and leads 1-0. Now he has to hope that Niels van Zanten isn't going to upgrade the 114 into a 140 to win this match.
Can't explain to you how big a visit that was from Alex Small, but it is only any use to him.
52.
He takes this out with the 3 darts in hand.
Surely we go the distance. We go to 3-3. What an incredible ending to this game. What a tense game it's been. Van Zanten, double 16. Both players have missed multiple match darts. Van Zanten's missed 5. Incredible.
I think you require 20.
Absolutely incredible. Small looking at double 5. He finds double 5. And the wild card has used his get out of jail free card there. He has beaten Niels van Zanten. And look at the relief on his face. He knows that he has used up a life there. He stutters towards the finishing line. He is not a happy man. But he'll be happy enough with the win. Goodness me, was that tense. Small 4, Van Zanten 3. And so Bradley Brooks now has to beat Scott Marsh. If he doesn't, then it's game over. And it would leave Bradley Brooks sleepwalking into oblivion. Tops, big dart. But that's awkward. What a
Game shot on the
dart.
fourth leg.
And Neil Duff
Scott
is
Marsh.
into tomorrow night's final. It's going to be a 10th finals night appearance in 11 for the Duff man in this game.
Requires 75.
By 4 legs to 2. He's going to get 2 in his hand at double 12. Can he clip it and flick it off the barrel? Yes, he can. Bradley Brooks has done all he can do on this Friday. He now has the hope that Neil Duff gets the better of Alex Small in the next match. He will sit in the practice room like a sitting duck, hopeful that the result that he wants goes his way. He beats Scott Marsh by 4 legs to 2. Decent enough performance to finish. A 92-62 average. 4 out of 6 on his doubles. And now he has to hope that Neil Duff beats Alex Small. If Alec can win that game, he is through. Neil Duff is already there.
Positions to be in on that evening that have a slight advantage. Although, should you play against the darts on finals night?
Game
lovely
shot
finish.
the first leg.
Lovely
Neil
finish
Duff.
from Duff, that 116.
Alec, you require 72.
Big moment to level this game up. Alex Small, 1 dart tops. All he
Game
needs.
shot on the
Great
fourth leg.
finish, great execution.
Small.
And level we are at 2 apiece. Alex Small watches in the background, hopeful that Neil Duff doesn't save his best until last. He should get a dart for the match. He is thinking about which target he prefers. And he has chosen tops. But he cannot find tops.
67.
Alex Small
Alec,
has
you
dodged a
require
bullet.
20.
He's dodged a match dart.
Big dart.
Game shot on the sixth leg.
Mahusive.
Alex Small.
Mahusive dart in the way this game and the shape of this
Seven
group
from
is.
final
Wow,
leg, it's
wow,
Neil to
wow.
throw.
Duff hits the 180 as the killer blow.
Is this the final blow? Duff
Game
gets tops
shot
and
out
Duff
of the
delivers a fatal
Neil
blow
Duff.
to Alex Small. The wild card just didn't have that final ace up his sleeve, and somehow Bradley Brooks is through. A tense, tight Group C, won by Neil Duff, and courtesy of that win, he sends Bradley Brooks through. Hard lines there to Alex Small, who has had a superb day. He's won 4 out of 5. He played incredible in that final match as well. He played some incredible darts, but ultimately the decisive factor was Neil Duff having the darts in the decider and using it to full effect. He beats Alex Small by 4 legs to 3, who played so well today. It has to be said, but it's Duff and Brooks who go through. We're going to hear from the Duff man in a few moments' time, and then it's Niels van Zanten against Charlie Martin to end the day. Charlie's going to get 3 more tops to
40.
complete the match and to sign, seal, deliver a 4-3 win. Double 10 is there. And Charlie Martin will finish on a dozen points in this Group C. He could be happy enough with his performances. He was there or thereabouts, just missed out at the last. I'm sure we'll see him again. We're definitely going to see him at the Tour Finals. And I think when we see him again, we are going to see a player who continues to improve. He's had a great 2024. He could be happy with his campaign. He ends on 12 points. But it's Duff and Brooks that heads through. And myself and Scott Mitchell are going to talk about a crazy afternoon's action in Group C on the other side of this break. That's the story of Series 8 as Marvin van Velzen lifted the title, and by this time tomorrow evening we'll be one step closer to knowing who is going to be the first winner in Series 9. Group C's come to a close this afternoon. Myself and Scott Mitchell have been watching every single dart in the commentary box. This is what we have watched on this Friday afternoon, and we've watched an afternoon littered with tension, littered with drama, players thinking they're through, thinking they're out. But in the end, well, it was order restored from the top 2 that began the day. Neil Duff and Bradley Brooks both making their way in the finale, but it wasn't as easy as that. Scott Mitchell is alongside me here in the studio to analyse. Let's begin with Neil Duff, who, when it comes to Friday, seems to just flick this business head on.
Well, when he spoke to us in the interview, you know, it looks like a call home to his father has made him sort of see a little bit of sense and stop forgetting about what's going on the outside world and get in here and do what you're doing as a professional dart player. And that's exactly what he did. He executed things nice and early, got himself that first win. The first game here is always difficult. Doesn't matter whether you play match 1, 2, or 3. It's always very difficult. You just need to get your first win and get off and running. And the longer it takes to get that, the harder it is. But he's done that a few times here before. He knows exactly what he had to do. Once he got up and running, he made the group his.
Is Neil one of those players where if he's in that right mind space, there's an expectation that he's going to do some special stuff?
Oh, undoubtedly. I mean, mentally, he really has been the difference. The last few years, mentally, he has come on strength to strength. And he's always been a good player, and he's been around a while. He's always been a good player, but sometimes capitulated. He doesn't do that so much now. The more pressure you put him under, the more he seems to like it, and that's a worrying thing for the rest of us.
Bradley Brooks, what on earth must he be thinking right now?
Well, I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you jammy little what's it. You know, look, he executed what he needed to do, and then you don't want to be relying on other players, but that's ultimately what got him through. But he had to do his business there in that second game to win that second game. So I say fair play to him. When you get to the Saturday night, it's a very different atmosphere than the first 5 days here. So he will go in back on 0, knowing that he's a big threat to lift the trophy on Saturday.
Well, let's have a look at the table because Alex Small was the man who missed out. He won 4 out of 5 matches. That's the breakdown. As you can see, Brooks and Duff through. This is how Alex Small just about missed out on qualification. As you can see there, him and Charlie Martin both on 12 points. But Alec, well, he was within a leg, wasn't he, of making it through. Neil Duff winning that final game there by 4 legs to 3. He could be so pleased with the way that he's played at times, but it's not going to get away from how deflated he's probably going to feel right now.
Yeah, he may well do, but I don't think he did a great deal wrong. He'll look back at games, and I wouldn't advise you to do that. You know, I think probably remember today, knowing that he had to do a certain thing today, and he came within 1 leg of that. You know, he'd have come in here looking to be 5 out of 5, exactly the same as Duff, and Duff was the one that stopped him. So it's not like the bottom of the table stopped you; it's the top of the table stopped him. So I think he has to go and take some heart from what he's done today, and next time he comes back, he remembers that.
Well, this is the tournament bracket going into tomorrow's finals. Carl Wilson winning Group A on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And just confirmation that Neil Duff and Bradley Brooks are through. Group B is later on this evening, where 3 from 5 in that middle portion will make their way through to tomorrow evening's finale. Darius Lemonhouse is probably realistically a win away from making it through to the final tomorrow evening. Would you expect him to get that?
You would, but going on the last couple of weeks here, no. You know, it's still hard work to get that 1 win. You've got Steve West there. You've got he's not sort of kind of produced as yet. Gemma has been playing absolutely amazing, and she's there sat second in the group, and yeah, she's fancying a couple of wins tonight too, and she'll be home and dry. So I think we've got a tough old game. It could go topsy-turvy here, and the guys at the bottom have a big say in where this all goes tonight.
Right. Let's reconvene later.
Sounds like a plan.
Right. Thank you very much for now, Scott. Thank you very much as well for tuning in. We'll see you at 10 o'clock this evening on the Super Series YouTube channel to see how Group B comes to a close. But Group C, Bam Bam Bradley Brooks will be thinking, phew, phew.
Bam Bam Bradley Brooks!
King for does it? Is it ka-ching for Bradley Brooks? Bullseye! Spectacular. That is how to do it, Bradley Brooks. To find the 1-2-1 here. Yes is the answer.
It's just sensational. Double his lead, tops. Beautiful finish there from Bradley Brooks, and he is here to play today.
Like this that may have to go. Brooks now the 1-2-6. Finds the 2-19. It's a double 6. That's spectacular for Bradley Brooks.